Okay, chapter 2 of The Burglar of Brackwood. Is it this black cat? Well, we're gonna find out. So as you made your way through town to the edge of the forest, Juniper went with you and to point out exactly where he saw the shadow slip into the forest. You enter the forest and you see that there's a pretty clear trail, actually, that has been left going through this thicket. I mean, there's trampled grass, there are bushes that have been swept aside, and there are even dark brown wisps of fur caught on some of the thorns in the brambles as along this path of destruction. Yeah, so you're making your way and you're seeing the signs of something big and maybe furry coming through this way.
So Anna definitely like grabs like some of the fur and smells it.
That's looking at obviously.
And Kat
Gets
says,
a little up her
don't
nose.
taste it.
Yeah. And then
I said not to taste it.
I gotta check. So gives it a good whiff, gives it a little bit of a taste. Is it a reminder of anything related to the mannequin or the doorknob that she has also now smelled and licked? I mean, I'm getting to know these beasties.
While it doesn't taste exactly the same, because, claw marks and mouth marks and fur all have their own distinct flavors. And as a connoisseur of not only snacking, but also animals, this is a concept that you certainly can appreciate, but you do feel like maybe it could be. I mean, it feels like it could be related, it's here in the path of destruction, and things with teeth and claws often have fur. So, I mean, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's definitely from an animal.
Kat hands Anna one of those skin bottles with some drink in it and says, maybe just cleanse your palate there a little bit to get some of that out.
Thanks.
You also notice Pukiyuki, actually, as you're going along, you catch occasionally more of that purple wormwood leaf, and Anna as well, being kind of, I won't say obsessed, but highly interested in the color purple that has been throughout this story, is also noticing that sometimes there's just like a little tiny scrap of purple silk along this trail. So you get the sense that if you just keep following this path, you think you'll find this thief.
Yeah, I would say I think Pukiyuki feels in their element being back in the woods. And you just kind of see almost dance-like. They're just kind of like flowing through, and everything that they see, whether it's a tuft of fur or a purple leaf or silk, it's just going into this almost endless cloak pocket. And then does it ever fork off, or are we just kind of going straight ahead?
You're pretty much going straight ahead. I mean, the trail is not subtle, so you can definitely, like, it's very clear, like if you just kind of continue on this path as it's like winding through the trees, like there's nothing confusing about the trail. And you know what, I would say that you're being pretty woodsy in that moment, enjoying nature to its fullest, really looking at everything, spotting things. You actually also notice, as you are doing this kind of like dance through nature and picking up items, one of the things that you happen to pick up next to a thorn apple pod that you've found discarded is some black shiny berries and some leaves. And if you would like to test smarts, we could see if you know what these are.
dice jam.
Run away,
so
die.
another one. Okay, so I rolled a 7.
Oh, awesome. So give yourself a resolve, because I think your woodsy drive led you to mark off woodsy. I think that led you to discover this. So you know that these berries are deadly nightshade, which is a poisonous fruit, and they're kind of scattered about the path as well.
And almost in like a sing-song way, as Pukiyuki's picking these up, it's like, Anna, don't eat these blackberries, don't lick them, don't smell them, don't do anything like that.
Okay,
But-
thanks, Pukiyuki.
But also still taking, like, I guess whatever, anytime they see the blackberries, I definitely want this nightshade thing,
Mhm.
plant.
Kate,
Mhm.
sorry, Kat asked
Yeah.
if we can use it to our advantage. Like, can we use this? Is this something that we could hang on to use? And this is more a question, I guess, directed at Pukiyuki. Do you think this is something that we should keep?
I think so, because I think it can be extracted to make a delicious jam, but it takes a little bit of finessing. Otherwise, Pukiyuki like squats down and turns around. You die, and then just starts dancing again.
Pukiyuki, you also remember earlier when you were making all those connections with the stolen items, you also remember that deadly nightshade has a magical use as well, and that it is connected to the magic of the underworld, probably related to the fact that it's deadly and poisonous.
While all this is going on, Bobby Watchalot is going to be watching in the shadows, because there's a lot of like just off the path, there's a lot of like places where someone could be hiding and watching us. So
Mhm.
Bobby's kind of mindful of the surroundings. Like, is there anything amiss, like just off to the side of the path? Is anyone watching us?
Yeah, sure. Make a wits test to see if you notice anything.
All right. Got a 10 on the old wits test.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So it just seems to be honestly a forest full of animals. You're not sensing any threats here along the way, or any like other people watching you or following you. You do, however, because you're just slightly on the outside of the trail, so you're closer to where like the trees along the edge of the trail are. As you're kind of looking around, you're looking up in trees, to see like, is anyone hiding there, what's going on. You notice a bird's nest, like bits of what you feel like is a bird's nest in the branches of a tree, and then you're like, that's weird, because it's just like bits of it, like what happened? And then you look down and you see more bird's nests strewn across the ground, along with it like a collection of shiny items.
I think, well, Bobby Watchful will basically just like catch the eye of the party and then just kind of like basically just nod their head towards the stuff on the floor for someone to investigate. They're kind of like their job. They're like scouting, looking around, and they're kind of just pointing things out. So I don't know whoever wants to pick that up, but they've basically just been like, this is something of interest.
Anaconda will definitely just be like, if Bobby gets Anna's attention, Anna will just like, oh, that looks shiny, nice. pick up one of the shiny objects.
Yeah, so you you see on the ground that there's some coins, there's a small brass key, and there's also a silver ring. You pick up the silver ring and you see that it's got a black onyx stone set in it, and carved into the stone are the initials ZZ.
Look at the ring I found. It's got letters and stuff in it. It's nice. I got some money here too. I'm gonna pick up the money, okay?
Kay jumps in and slaps Anaconda's hand. Don't touch that. Could be dangerous.
It's not dangerous, just a ring. And I thrust it out at Kat.
Kat's backing up and like, okay, just over there. Maybe you should just gently
Bobby,
drop
you want a
it.
ring? It's really pretty. It's
Cat
too little for
shaking
my
her
Bobby's
finger.
already looking off into the shadows again, like not paying any attention to whatever noise is going on back here.
Pukiyuki saunters all the way back and like spins and just holds out their hand so that Anaconda can put the ring on. And then just saunters off again.
Okay. I put the ring on.
I want Kat and Anna to make smarts test, and I would like Bobby to make a wits test, please.
Oh, okay.
I'm very bad at smarts, so this ought to be. Oh, it's not that bad. I got an 8. I discarded my highest.
Which one do I remove? At what level?
Your smarts
So
is
the level is there 2, so remove the middle.
2.
To
So you
discard the middle
remove
one.
The
Yeah.
middle result.
Oh, okay, so 7.
I'm going to
Great.
use another little point of resolve to push myself up a notch. So I got 9.
Ooh,
I'm smarter
okay.
than Cat today.
Now, I will say that technically speaking, we should be announcing that you're going to push before you
Before
roll.
the roll. Okay.
But we'll
I'm
allow
really
it for
sneaky though, so maybe you
now.
just didn't notice that I
I
pushed for
didn't
resolve.
notice. So
But Julie noted. Thank you.
so but that's okay because I think depending on what you added, well, it's fine.
It would have been 6. It would have been 6.
A 6 still
yeah.
gets you. The 6 is
All right.
what you needed.
Okay.
To
Well,
notice
I didn't push resolve at all.
at the this. Give yourself back that resolve. That tree where you saw the bits of bird's nest that made you first see that and like pointed out to everyone. You actually notice that tree specifically. The trunk has been scuffed and it has more of those like brown hairs that you've seen along the path, clinging to the bark, very much like how bears might like scratch their back against a tree. And Kat and Anna, at the exact same moment as you're thinking about like birds and nests and shiny objects, you realize this must be the nest of a crow, a bird who likes to collect shiny objects. So that's information that you have gleaned from this.
Well, Anna gave the ring to presented
Pukiyuki.
the ring to Pukiyuki, but grabbed the tries, even though Kat slapped her hand away, she's gonna try to grab the coins and the key that were there, just because you never know when a good key is gonna come in handy, right? So grab those and puts them in her pocket. Anybody? There's like 5 coins. There's like 1, 2, or 3 for each of us.
Bobby's
Cat
gonna hold out a hand and be like, like
Yeah,
Cat's
so
shaking her head. Oh, yeah.
I'll just drop them into Bobby's hand then.
yeah, Bobby will sneak some coins into their pocket.
So as you continue on your way, you realize that you're approaching a clearing. And as you get closer to this clearing, you hear a large creature moving around and like grunting noises, like the sounds of almost like an animal as you're approaching a clearing. What would you like to do as you get closer and you're hearing this?
I'm definitely unsheathing the sword, kind of in front of everybody. So Cat's in front of everybody. Okay, shh, something's up. Let me see, if I can take it. It could be really dangerous, really big. Anaconda, come close. We might need the muscle here. So
Is there anywhere like high that Bobby could like scooch up a tree and
Yeah.
pop themselves on a branch or something?
I think so. We'll say that you've I'm not going to make you roll for that. I don't think. I think you've climbed a tree. And are you doing it? I assume you're doing it kind of like you're trying to be like quiet and see
Yeah, not like super
kinds of
sneaky,
view.
but I'm like just like, I want to see what's going on. I want to get like a higher view.
Yeah. So you climb up and you're able to get a better view of this clearing, where you see share what this clearing looks like with you. A large bear and some stones and some candles. And the middle of the clearing, there's a large flat stone. It looks like from your vantage point, it looks like the flat stone has like some crushed herbs and berries on it. And the candles are in like a circle around the stone. And then the thing that is most strange is actually the bear itself. The bear is on hind legs. It's wearing a tiara that is glowing blue. It has on a purple dress torn in lots of places because the dress doesn't really fit, and wrapped around its shoulders is a lilac scarf.
Is
Right,
the
so
stone
Bobby's-
sapphire? Sorry, I just want to know what the stone was. Because my sword has a sapphire in it. Is it the same stone or is this something that's different?
It's like just like a large flat
Large.
rock.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, Bobby.
That's all right.
So-
So Bobby was just gonna look down to the group and just go, "We're here." That's all they're gonna say.
So Anna's instinct is like she wants to punch the bear. Like there's definitely a deep, but she's, this is her team, so she's gonna. Oh yeah, I want to punch that bear so much. But I listen to my team, right? I appreciate that my team's taking care of me and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna be like, Cat, Pookie, can I go punch the bear? What can I? Yeah, you want me? Should I punch it?
Cat's saying no and does one of the, those like military hold everybody, like don't do anything yet, and looks to Pookie and says, Pookie, like maybe this is something that requires magic. And I kind of loudly whisper up to Bobby, is this a magic thing?
Bobby's just quietly nodding.
So all the candles are lit around the stone, right?
The bear is trying to light them all. Some of them have been lit. And if you all want to kind of like sneak up and kind of try and like get a good view of what's going on, you can do that. The bear is like using like flint on the stone to try and like get a spark to light the candles, but they have clumsy bear hands, so it's difficult to do. And you can see the bear getting very agitated and like and like the bear almost seems human-like in its movements as much as it can in this body, but the sounds it's making are certainly very
when you were making
bear-like.
noises, your cat was just like, what was it?
It was me.
Which bear? Which bear where?
And yeah, so the bear's just frustrated, but tries, and then like right when you think the bear's not going to get that candle lit, it happens, and then clumsily like takes that one and like adds it to the circle, and so that's kind of what's happening here.
I think Pukiyuki would turn to the team and be like, Captain Cat, I have an idea, and it's gonna involve me getting on Anaconda's back, and we're gonna create a large stature. And I think I just want to talk to this bear because it's kind of fashionable. It might be magical, and I think I smell some marjoram in that spell circle.
Cat responds by saying, I don't know about all of that, but I think the magic part sounds good. We're going to hold back, but I will be ready. And I kind of do a little baton swirl with my sword if something happens. So I'm leaving it in your hands.
Anna, are you okay with me jumping on? We got to look big.
Yeah, come on, buddy. Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, you're like a little feather up there.
Yeah, Pukiyuki just kind of flails up there, and all of a sudden Pukiyuki is like tall. And I guess we kind of just waddle over to this bear, and I just literally just want to talk to it.
Okay, so yeah, so Anna will like lumber into the clearing, like out to the edge of the clearing, and like her instinct, like she's like, "Ugh," like she's she's making herself big. She's supporting Pookie Ookie on her back, but she's like, she's hulked. She's ready.
All right. As this, you're trying to like present a
Bigness.
bigness,
Yeah, present
like
big,
a
but
little like
also just kind of see like, hey, is this a nice bear?
okay. So as the bear's like trying to work on the next candle and then like it like looks like hears you and looks up and sees you and like is shocked to be interrupted in this way and really like full stature raises to its full stature and roars at you.
Are you sure you don't want me to punch it?
Anna, can you try to roar just like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. So Anna like takes a deep like guttural breath and just
The bear is like like what's going on and like almost has this look of like you see these looks flash across the bear's face almost like what is happening and then like a wait a minute and looks down at the candle in its hand and offers it toward you.
I think Pukiyuki would grab the well, tell Anna, can you grab the candle? I'm gonna try to just light it with my magic. I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay, so I walk up closer to the bear
Mhm.
and I like, are you sure you don't want me to punch it?
Don't punch it yet. I think the bear might be impressed with your roar.
Yeah.
How loudly are you two talking to each other? Is it
Uh,
like hushed tones or just like the bear can't? It's a bear. It doesn't matter what we're saying. Just out of curiosity.
No, I think like we're kind of like hushed tones. I mean,
Yeah.
but Anna's not exactly a subtle person, so I mean, it's kind of
Okay.
like when a 3-year-old tries to whisper a secret in your ear and they're
Right.
like shouting. Yeah.
Got it.
During all of this as well, while there's a big distraction going on, Bobby's going to try and like be like going around the perimeter, just kind of like cruising around, just in case any candles need blowing out or anything. Just ready, like in a good position to like mess with some stuff.
Okay.
So okay, so then Anna's Pookie Ookie's still on my back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So okay, I kind of like lumber up and reach out and try to take the candle.
And the bear will let you have it.
And then
And-
I go, what?
just
Pookie
hold
Ookie,
it
what do you want
very
me to do with
still.
this?
hold it very, very still. And I want to use my staff of Glen, and I just want to produce, like, I'm not gonna light it. I'm just gonna make it look like it's lit. So it's almost like an illusion, just in
Okay.
case this is like the last candle of the sun. So it's a fake,
Okay.
it's a fake fire.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's just see if you're able to how convincing your illusion is here. So just test your smarts and let me know what you roll for that.
All right. Could I use a resolve for this? Because is that a thing?
Yes, you can.
And
So,
can I
yeah.
be supporting since I'm holding the candle? Can I be supporting?
I think spin to
You're
resolve
literally
and up
supporting.
your level. How exactly describe to me the way you will support to help make the illusion more convincing.
Be like, that's really hot. Good
Okay.
job. That fire is so hot. It burns my
Whoa.
eyes too.
Oh my gosh. As if the bear speaks English.
Okay, so you can roll this at an ability level 4, so you can roll all 3 of your dice and keep all the value.
That's a 13.
Okay.
Teamwork,
Woo.
folks.
Yeah, this is like the bear even like moves back just a little, almost as though they themselves can feel the heat of this candle. And the bear looks pleased. So like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. This is great. And and then we'll gesture for you to add the candle to the circle.
Anna, I think you have to go put the candle over there. And just place it down. Pretend like you know what you're doing.
Oh, okay. So we'll go over, and I guess there's like an open rock or something where it's pretty obvious where this thing goes.
Yeah, there's like a little, just a spot, because they're just being placed in like a circle, so there's just
Okay.
like a gap you can fill.
Okay. I'll walk over there and put it down like Pookie like this.
Yeah, I think just like that. And Pukiyuki's keeping like one eye on the bear. How's the bear reacting?
The bear still is like, okay, yeah, okay, this is way better than having to do it myself. All right, yeah. And then the bear is like gesturing for you to come over to where the flat stone is. It has like the berries and stuff on it. Like not threatening bear sounds. Like I mean, they're bear sounds, so they're kind of threatening just naturally, but just like you can tell they're trying to communicate with you, but can't get like actual words out. But like waving clumsily with their big paws and their like head to get you to come over to this like rock table.
Which is in the middle of the summoning circle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna let you make this decision because I'm not quite sure. My gut's telling me that the bear likes us, but also remember when I said evil might be afoot, so I just don't know what to do.
Thinking is like I think that's like you and Kat are supposed to tell me what to do. Cat punch the bear now?
Don't punch the bear. Don't punch the bear. Maybe take a few steps closer to that the rock over there.
Okay, so Anna's kind of like sidling up, kind of slowly, kind of keeping an eye on a bear. She don't really like that Pookie Ookie isn't really sure. She don't like the cats in the woods. She doesn't like the Bobby's just lurking around.
And Cat Cat is actually can't see really what's going on and kind of hisses at Bobby like, "What's happening? I can't see." So
Bobby's gonna shoot in a glance, like kind of like wide eyes, kind of like I don't know, like it's like I don't know,
the Cat's exasperated, like, "Come on."
I'll ask everyone who feels like they have a good view of the like the setup here, the rocks, the berries, the candles, to roll a smarts test.
Oh boy.
Just to see who, yeah, just because I want you to. Okay, 7.
7
6.
as well.
7,
6.
6. All of you feel kind of like you should know what the purpose of this is. I mean, it's clear it's some kind of magic, but like what kind of spell is it? And none of you can quite remember. Like none of you quite have it figured out. Like you, Anna and Bobby are like, well, I never learned this. And Pukiyuki is thinking like, I feel like I should know what this is, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think Pukiyuki would reach into. Well, so everything that's on the table, is it stuff that we've collected on our walk?
Yeah,
There.
so on the table is, let me make sure I'm saying all the right items here. Crushed herbs and berries, those the nightshade berries you recognize being some of the ones that are on there, and as well as the bone meal, the wormwood leaf, the thorn apple pods, all this stuff kind of like smashed and mashed up and kind of mixed and spread out on the table.
Now, Anna, do you feel close enough to go and taste this mixture?
Sure. So are you gonna stay on my back? You want to stay up there, buddy, or what do you want to do?
I think I want to stay up here just in case we're fooling the bear and the bear might think we are one. I can't tell.
Oh, I love you too, buddy. So okay, I'm gonna like sidle up and like I'm kind of lumbering basically because that's what Anna does, and I'm gonna like dip my finger in the mix and kind of swirl it around in the mix, drawing like little circles and then get that good coated finger and just.
And how does the bear react to this?
As this is happening,
It doesn't taste very good, Pookie Ookie.
Oh, it might have had that nightshade in it.
Isn't that the stuff you told me I shouldn't eat or smell or taste?
But it's mixed with other things and it might be magical. Maybe it's
Okay.
jam.
first, sorry, I've mixed all my pages up and I need to find the right. Where is it? I do need, here it is. Okay. So I need Anna to make a toughness test because
No
you
problem.
have now tasted a mixture that contains deadly nightshade berries.
9. I'm tough.
Oh,
I'm tough.
that's good. You needed at least an 8 or you would have gotten pretty sick.
Yeah, well, I got to discard my lowest because my toughness is 3. My lowest was 1. So
So you feel fine and you feel like you could probably eat a bunch of these and like be okay.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's probably like, what do they call it? Like an acquired taste? I don't know. Maybe should I try some more?
No, Anna, don't try anymore. You've acquired a lot of tastes today, licking and biting
It's
everything.
been a good day.
It's
So
been a
as
good
this is happening and you're kind of distracted by getting really close to the table and tasting the mixture and all of this, the bear has also gotten very close to you. And the bear suddenly puts their paws on Pukiyuki's shoulders to kind of push down a little to get the top of your head below theirs. Because I feel like the two of you stacked on each other are probably about eye to eye with the bear. So the bear's getting you pushed down and they're going to lean their head forward in an attempt to slide the crown from their head onto Pukiyuki's head. And I am actually going to do this. This is an agility test that the bear needs to pass.
Pookie, do you want me to punch it now?
No, I think it's passing over its tiara. I want to look beautiful.
I think we should really punch it.
Bobby's shooting a
And-
glance to Kat like you need to see what's happening here.
Because this is a surprise, I'm giving them an extra level in their agility, so they're a level 3 because you're not like prepared for like boom, boom of the.
Cat is concerned.
Oh God, Paula, the tension! I gotta know what happens.
The crown slips it almost doesn't make it. The bear it's not very agile, so kind of jerks the head and the crown goes, the tiara and gets on Pukiyuki's head and almost falls off, but then almost as though it has like its own will, kind of like settles itself onto Pukiyuki's head. And you feel, Anna, the body language of Pukiyuki change. This like kind of whimsical in touch with everyone, everything, like happy-go-lucky sort of style of Pukiyuki suddenly like Pukiyuki is like lifting themselves up and holding themselves straighter and begins like looking at their hands like, these are useful.
I'm like, you okay up there, buddy? Hey, you okay?
Stan, I'm going to just send something to Danny here. This should come just to you in our chat.
Oh my
It's
good
gonna take me a second to
gravy.
type it out because I
Uh-oh.
wasn't ready for it.
Told you I should have punched the bear.
Whilst the tiara was being passed, Bobby was doing like little forward rolls and cartwheels behind like one of those standing stones, like pow 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 pow, like in the background.
Kat is thoroughly confused, annoyed, exasperated because I can't see. Bobby's acting a fool. I don't know what to do. Getting a little pressed.
Man, maybe you should have punched.
I told you so.
I ain't got a free tiara out of this. That's pretty good,
I got a ring and a tiara.
right? Leveling up.
Very decked out. I was
Cat-
a little concerned that it would like fuse
We would
Me?
become one.
and
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
would be fused as like this hybrid bear creature. So I will admit I'm a little relieved. That yeah.
As this happens, the tiara falls off of the bear and onto Puki Uki. The bear itself suddenly drops down to all fours, looks very confused, panics, and rushes away from the clearing. Runs off. It feels very just bear-like now.
And Anna, from like you just hear, now, let me down, let me down.
Pookie Ookie, and I just like shrug him off.
And Pookie, excuse me?
Pookie Ookie, you okay there? You
What
okay?
is this Pookie Ookie you speak of?
Cat.
Bobby's just kind of leaning around one of the stones, just kind of like poking the head out, just like what?
Bobby.
Cat hears her
something's
name.
wrong.
And runs into the area where Anna and Pookie is. And what's going on? What happened? What's the deal?
Yeah, Pookie Ookie. What?
Who? The character looks around. It's like, who is this Pookie Ookie y'all speak of? My name is Romelda Rawbane.
No, you're Pookie Ookie.
No, I am Romelda Rawbane.
No, you're Pookie.
Nonsense. This is too much. And you see Pookie Ookie's body just kind of walk off, and I'm just like trying to make sure all the candles are lit. Everything looks okay, and I'm just back at that big rock, like not even paying the team attention anymore.
Cat calls out to Bobby. Bobby, get here now. Need your help.
All right, Bobby's sneaking back over to the gang and just kind of like shoots them a glance, like, "What do you want me to do?"
Cat's like, this is out of my depth. I don't know what to do. I'm not magical. I'm all about, I can swap and kill things with my sword, but I know
All right.
nothing about this. And I start snapping my fingers.
Yeah, and I'm
Bobby-
gonna grab
Pookie
Pookie Ookie by the shoulders and just shake him. Like, wake up, buddy. Wake up. What's wrong with you?
Get your hands off of me. Who are you people?
Whilst the shaking is happening, Bobby's gonna run around and just start blowing out the candles, just like knocking them down, like kicking them and blowing them out. What's happening now?
As the shaking is happening, so we've got a couple of different things I want to do.
Yes.
This is great. Okay, so as the shaking is happening, I would like to see a strength check from Anna, and also an opposing check from Pookie Ookie. So you will both roll your your toughness, not your strength, your toughness. And I want to see how much the body of Pookie Ookie is being shaken.
6.
I rolled a 2.
Ooh, yeah. So the shaking is happening, and no actual like damage or anything is being taken here. You're not being physically hurt by it, but the tiara does loosen a little, like tips a little off your head. It's still on your head, but it's just not as firmly set there as it was before. You also notice a Bobby kicking over the candles for the ritual. So what do you think? How do you react to that?
So when the tiara kind of falls off, do I have any recollection as Pukiyuki? Like, can I feel a shift in personality?
Not quite yet. It is still like it's a little loose. Like everyone else watching might be able to see that it could easily at this point get knocked off your head, but it is still on your head. And so you are still very much taken with the spirit of Romelda Rawbane.
Yeah. So I think at this point, Pukiyuki would just try to like slither away from Anna and just, again, not even paying attention to Bobby, but just right behind him. I'm going to be setting up the candles and just trying to relight them in this circle.
You know what? Let's actually, I feel like we're getting into a little bit of there's some conflict happening here. We've got some, I think we should roll to go into some combat rounds to see how it'll be kind of loose. We've got like Bobby trying to knock over candles, Pukiyuki trying to reset them up and light them. We've got Anna and Kat trying to interact with this in some way. And I think we should do this in some rounds. So everyone roll your wits and then let me know what your number is.
I really want to knock over these candles because I'm kind of enjoying it. So I'm gonna push my resolve a little bit just because I'm having it's the best fun I've had all day.
Oh, okay.
My wit was an 11.
Okay.
Ooh.
11.
7.
Yeah, me too. 7.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so we've got Kat and Anna. Okay, so we will let there's what happens if there's a tie? Hold on. In the case of ties, the player gets to choose who goes first, but y'all are sort of in a conflict with each other at the moment. So I'm going to say our non-possessed protagonist will go first in the round order here. So Bobby, what will you do? You get like 2 actions essentially, moving, an attack of some sort, anything else you can think of here.
So Bobby has noticed that Pukiyuki or whoever this seems to be now is writing the things that they're doing behind them. So Bobby now is thinking they just pick up a candle and they just like throw it like towards the woods. None of this kicking it over. They're just
still.
It's still lit, but they imagine it'll go out on the way. They're not wasting any time. They're just like trying to do it as fast as possible. So they grab a candle, still lit, and just hurl it towards the woods.
Okay.
And then they're moving off to the next one.
To the next one. Great. So a candle has been. Let's see how far you throw it. Give me a toughness check to see how strong your throwing arm is.
My toughness is 1, by the way. So just so you're all aware, I'm not the toughest. 6.
Okay, so you get it near to you. And so in the distance of this game, near is a distance you can close within like a single round of action. So you get it just far enough away where it would take someone a whole round to get over to it. And Pukiyuki or Romelda, what will you do with your turn here?
Does Pukiyuki, what did you get for your roll?
11.
11 as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my wit is high. My wit is a 3. Yeah.
This is the most ideal probably person that Romelda could have gotten.
I think
nice going, gang.
Is there a way that I can use Ramelda use magic to try to levitate that candle back to where it was placed? So almost like every
Yeah.
time Bobby was trying to throw something, it would almost either roll back or get back to the place where it was.
Yeah, so do a smarts check for me and let's see if the spell, you are casting a spell at the candle. So as Bobby is throwing this candle, you're seeing it, and as it lands, you're attempting to cast a spell to be able to bring it back to you.
Yeah. Can I use a
yeah.
resolve?
Yes, you can spend a resolve and give yourself an extra level on your roll.
Ooh, that's a 9. That's the 12.
You're rolling so good today.
Right?
I'm rolling so good. That was a 3, 4, 5, and I get to keep all of them.
That's wild.
Yeah, so as the candle lands, it immediately just levitates up into the air. It's going to take a whole round to get back over to you, but you won't have to physically go over to it to do it.
Bobby is kind of looking startled towards the rest of them, like, what are you doing? Are you gonna help me? Kind of like.
So Kat and Anna can decide which one of you would like to go first, since you rolled the same wits for this.
I'd like to go first.
I was gonna say that's probably better for what I have planned.
Okay. So Anna is going to go up, and I definitely don't want to punch my friend. Like, that's not going to be my instinct here. And I'm a little confused about what's going on. This is like, Pookie Ookie is definitely not acting normal, like calling themselves Roma, whatever. So, but obviously something's wrong. So Anna's going to run up and just bear hug Pookie Ookie and like get her big strong arms around, like, so she's trying to pin Pookie Ookie's arms down next to their sides and like just bear hug and like restrain them basically.
Okay, so both of you make a toughness roll.
I got you on this one.
You did.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to, you're just trying to restrain, you're not trying to actually like hurt.
No. I don't want to hurt him. I just want to like
Great.
definitely like in the make this weirdness stop, right?
Great.
So holding him, you beat a 10, Pookie Ookie.
No, you're lucky. I should have used a resolve. I rolled a 6, 6, and a 2, but I have to remove my highest, so I rolled an 8, or it'd be an 8.
That's still so good though. So yeah, so you run over Anna, you grab Pookie Ookie, you wrap your arms around, and you feel like if you could have just gotten him a little, like with a little less resistance, he almost seems stronger right now than normal. You maybe could have continued to dislodge this crown, but you weren't able to get him with quite that much force. He withstood it surprisingly more than you thought, but you do have him wrapped up and pinned. The staff now kind of by his side. The candle is still, though, it hasn't broken the spell. It is still moving toward, but won't be able to at this point reach out to get it or light it.
Right. And then I'm definitely like, Cat, do something.
And Cat is now reacting like, okay, this is out of control. I didn't really fully see what was going on. So now Cat's like, what to do, takes an instinctive roll. And it's like, maybe if I create some kind of vibrational field, it will help to kind of either get this candle blown out, maybe kind of loosen what's on the head. So I take my sword and do like a little, and it hits around all the rocks, bing, 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 bing. And it's letting off this like magnetic vibrational field, and you're all feeling this, right? It's going through everyone's body, especially, Pookie Ookie / Relda is feeling this, right? And kind of in a state. My sword comes back around because I'm that good, and it kind of knocks the crown on Pookie. Now I don't know at this point if it's off, but I'm hoping with all the vibrations and the feeling that it kind of helps with that.
Okay. Here's my, do you feel like this is more about the strength you're imbuing this swing with to get the vibrations and to catch the tiara? Or do you feel like it's more about like the finesse of the action?
Strength, because I'm gonna really have to give her
Great.
to get it around to create this.
Test your toughness.
Okay.
And then I will also have Pookie, Uki, Romelda, you also test your toughness just to see how much you can withstand the like shaking that's happening here. This like vibration maybe kind of setting you off.
So during a opposing roll, am I able to use a resolve?
I believe you can.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that says you can't. So I say you can spend your resolve. Just says before each roll.
Okay.
So you are rolling here.
Cool.
Yeah.
So take out my middle. So it's a 9.
I got a 6. I should use something else there.
I rolled a 653.
That,
And my
Tammy, what is
toughness was a 3.
happening?
My toughness was a 3. What's
So
happening?
My
as
toughness
the
is a 1.
sword goes around, everything's shaking. They're vibrating. You feel like, oh, this could work. And as you're hoping that you've loosened the crown, the tiara, just enough to snag it with your sword, the shaking actually, Pookie Uki's body, just sort of the head, just like in the most perfect timing, kind of just like dips down with the shaking just as your sword goes over and doesn't quite catch it. But you feel like, oh, you were so close. Bobby, it is back to you. What would you like to do this?
Right. What I want to do is, I think I'm going to pick up the candles and start throwing them at Pookie Yuki rather than throwing them away.
Okay.
I realize that they need more distracting, not less distracting. And they, I feel like they've got enough time to like slowly levitate something towards them, but they might be a bit more challenged if things are coming straight at them. So I'm running around now and I'm picking up candles and I'm just like tucking a few under my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to be like, pop, 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 pop. Just throw in like a bunch of candles straight at, from a distance.
Right.
Straight at, right at the forehead. Just like.
Okay, so you're aiming. I was going to ask if you're specifically aiming. So specifically aiming right at the forehead.
Yeah.
Give me an agility test.
I feel like whereas
there.
some of us might not want to hurt our friends, I'm kind of like, it's for their own good. Like, it's a candle. Like, let's
Don't
open
miss, don't miss and hit Anaconda. Because Anna's still bear hugging.
Before
10.
you say, all right. Also, I will have.
Scratch that from the record, people. Scratch that from the record.
So we can't spend any resolve on this because we already know what the result is for Bobby. But for Romelda, if you will also
Romelda doesn't need any resolve the way they're rolling.
Right? To see if you can dodge what's coming at you here. So
this is an agility, right?
This is an agility, yes.
Right.
And actually, you're being held. You know what? You're being held.
Right.
Actually,
Bring him down a level.
That feels like a support or an anti-support.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be harder for you to dodge because you're being held very. Now your head can still move a little, but you're being held so tightly here by Anna. So yeah, if you will roll this at a lower level than one level lower than you normally would.
All right. Here it goes for 665.
Right. He's magic dice. He just rolled 665.
I really rolled a 665. I'm taking a picture.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But so you have to, oh yeah, because you have to.
I cannot believe I called that.
That is amazing.
So
Oh my god.
You're chucking these candles. I will say you can take 2 resolve for that, Bobby, because you I believe have used your resourceful drive here. This is
Yeah.
pretty resourceful, but it did fail. So you can get 2 resolve for that. And just somehow your head is just dodging these candles. What would you like to do now here on your turn?
Dip, dive, dodge, duck.
I can't believe we've got the person we're up against is rolling the best rolls of anyone at the table.
That is hilarious. I think Romelda has had enough of it, and I think Romelda is going to try to complete this ritual they were setting up for. So I want to just scream out the ritual spell and see what happens.
Okay, so you hear around you this chanting, these magical words filling the space. All the candles that are still lit in the circle, and they, not all of them, but the ones that are still there as the words are coming out, they glow purple and begin to meld together to begin to form what looks like a portal opening into another world. Now, it only gets so far because as it goes around each candle that's in the circle, and then it reaches the first empty spot, and the portal does not continue. So we have a partially open portal that will not be able to complete at the moment because it's gotten to an empty spot in the candle circle. Kat and Anna.
So Anna is like not digging this. She doesn't know much, but she knows that's not something we want any part of. And you know, she's still like Pookie Uki's still her buddy, that, you know, she's part of her team. So she's just gonna, I mean, she's still got a good grip on Pookie Uki. So she's just gonna like try to carry and like drag or carry. I mean, Pookie Uki's not that heavy, right, compared to her strength. So she's just gonna like back away and like try to turn and like just carry and like basically run away from the circle. Like just trying to get away, whatever that stuff is, she wants no part of it and wants her team to have no part of it. So she's just basically like exiting stage right.
Great. And I think you can do that without any opposed rolls here, because you've got Pookie wrapped up pretty well. Romelda is focused on getting these spell words out. That's where their focus is right now. So you've got them and you're starting to try and leave the clearing.
Do we know if this is an evil presence, or have we determined this?
Well, you remember that Pookie Uki had said earlier when they connected all the magical properties of all the things that it was possibly evil. And there is something about, it's like from this partially open portal is almost like the stink of death wafting through.
Okay.
So you don't get like a good feeling about it.
Okay, Kat needs to stop the chanting. That's the only thing that I can think the Kat can think of doing, because, you know, I'm all about toughness and there's nothing that I can see that I can do. So I think to myself, oh my goodness, this is horrible what I'm about to do. Reach down to the earth, grab just like a dirt and grass and whatever's in there, run over to Romelda and apologize. I'm sorry. And just jam it in their mouth.
Wow.
A little aggressive.
Wow.
But
I mean, I thought I was direct throwing a candle at my friend, but that's
and
that's a
literally
whole other level.
it's like I know what you did last summer. I'm right here. Come and get me. One of those moments.
How forceful would you say you're being with this dirt clod?
In my mind, I'm just thinking how many games that's been play tested with this, and how many times someone's picked up a handful of dirt and just rammed it in someone's mouth. I'm just wondering how often that happens.
like, kids are playing taste this, but like slightly more aggressive, but not to the point of like hurting someone. Just to surprise them, like, oh, so they stop what they're doing.
Yeah, I actually, so as you run over to do this, you're running toward Anna, who is trying to get away from the situation with Pookie Ookie. And I actually would like to see a toughness check between the two of you, Anna and Kat, to see about kind of the force that you might like. Are you, the closer your roles are to each other, the more likely that you've seen each other and like stopped your momentum to do it gently, and the farther away the roles are from each other, the more that you're both so focused on your own thing that you might like ram into each other.
I'm tough, so I
Go
got
on.
my roll.
Okay. And I do. Okay, I have 10.
I have 12.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty close.
it's not super far from each other, but it's not exactly. So you get just a little like force with this, probably a little bit harder than you intended with the clod of dirt that absolutely hushes Pookie Ookie. And as Pookie Ookie is like,
Exactly.
you can hear my cat.
As Pookie Ookie is meowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it starts like this you're distracting me, Shepherd. Hush. I want to see now, because we know this is just a little bit of force, not a massive amount of force. Roll your toughness, Romelda / Pookie Ookie, and let's see, based on the 12 that was rolled. And again, kind of the difference of this is going to be the amount of like the distraction of the dirt and the small amount of force, and how much is this like moving you physically, your body.
I only rolled a 3.
Wow.
Ooh,
Bum, bum, bum,
yeah.
bum.
So
Must have been those
even
candles
though-
really got to you, right?
yeah, weakened them. Even though this dirt comes into your face with just a little bit of force, not like a crazy amount, but it's enough with like you're being carried, you're focused on this spell. Suddenly dirt is in your face. You need to get this spell out. You're like you're waving your head around trying to spit it out. And as you do, the tiara falls off your head, clatters to the ground, and you are now brought back to yourself. You are Pookie Ookie with some weird memories of what just happened and dirt in your mouth, and Anna is rushing away from the clearing, holding you. You've got a cat in your face with dirt. Candles are still flying at you from Bobby, and the portal itself closes.
Guys, what is happening? Anna, let me down. What is? I appreciate the hug, but what are you doing? Cat.
Cat goes up and kind of does a gentle, is it you? Slaps
What are you-
is it you?
Yes, it's me. What are you talking about?
Cat feels bad and decides to pull out that skin of drink and just kind of like pours it all over Pookie Ookie's face.
Bobby's just gonna throw like one last candle.
Are you okay, buddy? Pookie,
What do
you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Anna, I love your hugs, and you know I love your hugs so much, but can you please let me go? And Bobby, what are you doing?
Bobby just kind of like does that whole like what, you know, little cute shrug.
Yeah. So I'll let I'll release Pookie Ookie.
Y'all, are we still in the forest? I had this really weird dream where I felt all fancy and I had a pretty tiara on, and something else happened, and it smelled like death.
I ate something that tasted like death.
I remember that part. I told you to eat it. was what's going on? Also, what is Dirt looks at Cat's hand. Cat, did you put dirt in my mouth? What is,
Cat kind of discreetly no, I don't, wipes it on the, their pants. I don't know what you're talking about. It was in the air. Stuff was happening.
And as Pukiyuki's spitting and like cleaning his face off, they look over and they see the tiara on the ground and is like, Atib, I think that's the source of evil. Does that sound right?
It didn't seem like it was a source of flowers.
Cat asks if can we destroy this? Is this something we can destroy?
And then Pukiyuki, you see their staff light back up and just kind of float this tiara just midair and gets it close enough to the party so that we can see what's going on with it. But Pukiyuki's like, I don't know if we're able to destroy it. I don't even want to touch this anymore.
You want me to squish it?
Don't touch it, Anna. Don't touch it.
It's just little. I can
Don't
squish
touch it, Anna. You saw Cat's gonna put dirt in your mouth.
So yeah, as this is floating near you, you get the sense that it could possibly be destroyed, but not by any normal means and not by the strength of magic that you yourself currently have, Pukiyuki. But you sense like this was the source of evil. This had possessed this bear, is the reasoning, is the force behind the thefts. And as you make your way back to the village, you can decide how you want to, for expediency, we'll kind of cut to you being back in the village with Betty and Prudence and Juniper, and you can decide what kind of information you want to give them about what happened.
Miss Betty, do you have any snacks?
Well, I somehow suspected that you might ask me, so I did. I baked some more scones. Here they are. And so she just has these fresh baked scones and she hands them all.
Bobby just takes out like the old beaten up scones out of their pocket they've been carrying around and just like drops them on the floor and just picks up a new scone and just pops it in their pocket.
We found, and Anna's eating, because that was a lot of work. And so she's kind of spitting a few crumbs out as she's talking because she's eating and talking at the same time. Very rude. And it's like, we found a bear and there was like a crown that Pukiyuki made float. And then Pukiyuki said they were Roma, but now they're Pukiyuki again. These are good. Did you put berries in these? These are really yummy. I like these.
Betty will just lean over to Juniper and say, these adventures are very strange. I'm glad we've never had to call on any before. And Prudence will, where are my items? Where is my dress?
Cat is still suspicious about Prudence and kind of saunters over to Prudence and gets pretty close and says, your dress? Are you sure you don't have it here and you've sent us on a goose chase and you're part of it?
Oh, I would never. And as Prudence is about to just let you have it, there is a loud knocking on the door and someone says, a message, please, I have a message. And Juniper will open the door to let in a messenger who says, I have an urgent letter for the adventuring party that I told was here looking for a thief. Is that, it must be you four strange looking folks. And we'll just like hold out a letter for you.
Bobby just kind of looks at Kat like, you should take this.
Cat walks over. Thank you. Grabs the letter and is slowly kind of reading it. I'm reading it
Mhm.
to myself first before I
Yeah.
start reading aloud.
So you see that it is from Azra Zathra, wife of local wizard Zora. She is urgently asking you for your help. Zora has gone missing, and Azra needs a band of strong, brave adventurers to help find out where she disappeared to. And that is where the prologue ends.
Nice.
And that is where the main story of Tiny in the Tower would pick up. So
That's a really substantial prologue in terms of like
Yeah.
all the things that can happen, right? Like there's a lot.
there was we also like it was great. We had fun like role playing it, and taking our
Absolutely.
time and going through things, and oh my gosh, chucking the candles and the bear thing could have gone many ways.
I bet.
But when you guys started, we're like, we want to maybe we help the bear. And then when you got close, I was like, I gotta get this tiara on one of them. We gotta possess somebody. And man, those rolls you had.
Oh,
Wow.
What is happening? That was wild.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
that-
665. Oh, I got six.
It was
I couldn't beat you with a sword,
crazy.
so I'm like, dirt was like the next best.
And it
So
worked.
good.
It worked.
So if we were to continue playing, now is the point where we would each reset. No one really took any damage. We were actually pretty unwounded in this prologue, but you can refill all of your resolve back to your starting point. You can reset any gear if you used it up. If anything was broken or needed repairing, it can be repaired. And you would reset all of your drives so that you would uncheck all the boxes so they'd be available again for you on the next chapter. And this is also the point where you might look at whether or not your characters have experienced any growth through this chapter, whether or not any of their drives have changed, if you want to add new ones or take away old ones. We could all discuss that and agree on it, and then mark it down on your sheets. And that is how we would prepare for the next chapter to be played after this.
How many chapters are there? Do you know?
I don't know how many chapters there are.
That's just stick with the honest answer, I'd say. Yeah.
I don't know.
More than one. More than one.
But this is the prologue for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see in chat. ZZ ring.
I know, right? It's I'm sad that the session is over because it feels like there'd be a lot of fun to pursue what happens next.
Well,
Absolutely.
maybe we can get our hands on the other chapters and we can play the whole thing. This was
Yeah,
so
it's so-
fun. Thank you so much, y'all.
Thank
For,
you, Paula. You did an
yeah, you
amazing
did.
job running
Yeah.
it.
Amazing.
You-
Absolutely.
It's so fun to have you run a game. You're
Yeah.
Aw,
It
thank you.
feels like
Y'all were
it fe-
amazing
yeah.
players.
It felt like
Sure.
you'd run this like a number of times. Like
Yeah.
it felt like you were really like dialed into what was happening.
Right.
Well, it's great because y'all you made choices and you did things, and it's so easy to just I know the guideposts I need to sort of get you to, but
Right.
you all you got there, and you because of the character choices you were making and the things you were trying, it led to opportunities to allow you can find the tree because you're in the trees right now, or you
Right.
can. I actually had written down that I wanted you all to find the definitely nightshade berries because you were hungry. Someone was going to be hungry and then notice them, and I was like, this is too funny because they've been talking about yeah, you all made it really easy to work all the things in, so thank you for that.
Great
Yeah.
job.
Awesome. Well, we'll do a quick little outro, maybe just in case they want to have it. I'll say thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you enjoyed our playthrough of the prologue for Tiny in the Tower called The Burglar of Brackwood. As I shuffle my papers,
Yeah.
looking really good right by my microphone.
It's
It's
really
good
immersive.
audio.
It really sets the mood.
I got nervous about the name of the. I was like, "Am I saying this right?" No, yeah, that's right. thank you all so much for watching this playthrough of the prologue for Tiny in the Tower from Adventure Presents The Burglar of Brackwood. My name's Paula Deming. I've been the GM, and thank you so much to our players who were such a blast to run this game for. If you all want to just say who you are one more time, and then we'll let everyone go.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Paula. I was Suzanne, and I am Suzanne, and I was Anaconda, and I can't wait to play the next chapter.
Man.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks again, Paula. You took those punches, and the way that you helped push that story was really good. And the rest of the players too. In such a short amount of time, we developed really good character depth, which I absolutely love. That's one of the coolest things about role playing. But yes, you can find me all over the internet at Brutal Dan. And yeah, I cannot wait to check out the system. It's definitely a system that's super straightforward, really emphasizes storytelling, if y'all couldn't tell. And I'm just super excited about this whole system.
Hey everyone, I'm Mandi Hutchinson. I played Kat, and this was very exciting. I think Paula did an amazing job, and I felt very comfortable with everyone. I don't usually feel very comfortable doing this with people that I haven't played with a lot, and I found the system was really good for that. I'm weird, and you all worked with my weirdness, so I'm okay for that. And you can find me all over social media as a board gaming pinup girl.
I'm Ross. I played Bobby Watch a lot. I didn't really have any time to prepare for this because I had such a crazy week. And I really like the fact that the system is kind of fast and loose, and it lets you kind of really quickly get to grips with what's happening. It doesn't clog it up with all of these complicated mechanisms. And like Danny says, it just gives you this kind of free space to have fun. And I agree with what Danny said, that I felt really quickly, in the second part, we especially found a rhythm together. And often that can take a few scenarios to find that space, but I felt like we found it a lot quicker than you normally would, because the system kind of just gets out of the way and just lets you explore the world.
Yeah, you all were an absolute pleasure to play with, so thank you. Thanks everyone, and maybe we'll catch you in another chapter. Bye.